Well, it is the Christmas week and it is a busy time of the year, there's no doubt about that, but it's a busy day for you, for yourself, your staff and everything. You've got all sorts of things going on. Tell us a bit about what's happening throughout the afternoon, first of all.
Well, obviously, it's not the most important because it depends. From the football side of it, it's important. We've got a reserve game today, so we're pleased that that's on. It gives a couple of players a chance for some game time. We need Rob Layton to get some minutes because he's not played for a long time. We need Joe Davis to get some minutes because he's been injured for a while and not had any football. And as you know, we're thin on the ground for defensive players. So we're pleased to get that game on. Then we've got hospital visits this afternoon for the players, which again is important. And then we've got other players going to the club shop tonight to sign some calendars, and I think it's important that players show their faces as well for things like that.
I think when you were playing here, you knew what it meant, didn't you? The community just taken away from your game for you as the manager, you'll be assessing all that's gone on throughout the afternoon, but to get amongst the community is important, and at Christmas time to be with the kids and that is doubly important. It'll make their days.
Well, it is. I mean, obviously I can't do myself go to the hospital because I'm watching the reserve game, but I'm always willing to go, on my own or whatever, or go where it's needed, because I do think it's important. We are, we represent the club, and we want the club to be very proactive in the community, because I think it is vitally important, and it's something that we need to improve on as a club, and the players need to be more, like I say, more proactive in doing things which fans I think enjoy, and they want to see more of the players.
Focusing firmly on the weekend's games then, but you're coming off a couple of training sessions now off the back of an excellent 3 points. You must have been delighted with the way that your boys showed up there. Attitude, application, problems with suspensions, meant that you had to use the flexibility of the squad, and you come back with 3 points.
Well, I think any 3 points is when you're fighting at the wrong end of the table, you take any point you can get. So when you get 3 points away from home, you're especially pleased. And I would have to say that when we were watching the game at Yeovil and it had gone into extra time and we only had 9 players, the Carlisle game looked a long way off. So to get that week over with and have the 3 points, then we're all delighted. But like I say, it's another step, and it's going to take a lot of steps to get out of trouble.
But you must be learning, with every game that you play, whether you've got 3 points, 1 point, or no points, you're learning a lot about the squad of players you're working with.
Well, I think we assessed the squad pretty quickly. We assessed which players we felt we could use, who would give us a chance of picking up points. Sometimes you might change formation, but we've been using the same sort of group of players virtually for the 11 games since I've been here, or 11 league games since I've been here, and that's obviously going to continue over the next few weeks.
Are you expecting a busy time come January in terms of what you're trying to do when the transfer window opens? We'll talk about 1 or 2 players you've got here at the moment in a couple of minutes' time. You're looking at trialists and things like that, so what are you expecting?
I'm expecting a difficult month in terms of trying to bring in players that we want, because I feel the worst thing we can do is, like I've already said, no point bringing in players to add to the numbers we've got if they're not going to improve the team or the squad, and we're certainly not going to make any hasty decisions and be left with players that we're not going to use in the long term. So we are looking at all avenues and what we can do, and hopefully there will be a few players who come in, but I'd be wrong to say or give any assurances on that, because there's lots of things which need to happen before that can be done. What
about a couple of players you've got with you then, Ben Whitfield and Gavin Gunning? Where are you first of all with with Ben Whitfield. I know you've been impressed with him. How far down the line are you? Fingers crossed he can extend it.
I know that Bournemouth have got a meeting this week, and we should get a decision on that by the end of the week. So that would be a positive step if we can, make ground on that. And with Gavin Gunning, he's a player that I'd like to keep at the club for longer. The chairman's been away for a couple of weeks, but he's back on Thursday. So obviously that needs to be sorted out because he's done well for me since I've been at the club, and like I say, I'd like to keep him here longer.
So you've had a conversation with the player. Have you got good vibes on that then?
Well, I think the player's he's happy at the moment with the fact that he's playing every week and that he's been given responsibility. But right with any player, it's always a negotiation, and hopefully we can get something sorted out which which will keep me here for longer.
Focus then firmly on your next game. You're on your travels. I know we don't talk about travelling with yourself because you have told us many times with being the manager at Gateshead, it's just halfway down for you, but it is a travelling time, and you're off to Colchester next. Just your thoughts on how they've had their first half of the season?
I think they're the form team at the moment, or second form team. Good result the other night. They're in a run of good results. Their confidence is high. They're scoring goals, and they're going to be really difficult nut for us to crack on Saturday. So we know what to expect. We've got to make sure that we prepare properly in order to give ourselves the best chance of getting a result. But it will be a difficult game, and it will test us. But like I say, we've got to go there and do the job and hopefully come back with something.
Yeah, when your boys are going into it off the back of 3 points, and in fact looking for 3 straight wins in the league, they'll be hungry for it and up for it themselves.
I've got no doubt. I don't doubt the players' mentality and the fact that their attitude has been good since I've taken over. They have a good spirit between them, and they want to do well. But like I say, it's a difficult league, and as many teams are finding, it's hard to be consistent, and lots of teams probably drop points where they expect to get 3 points, and there's lots of games that you can't predict, but I can predict on Saturday it will be a difficult game.
One player who got back on the pitch for you in terms of playing for the league was Tyrone Barnett, of course, at the weekend, and got the all-important goal for you that got you on the way. Just overall thoughts of him now establishing himself, and fingers crossed and touch wood he can go through injury-free for you.
Well, Tyrone is a player that he's got a lot of experience. Somebody that I knew when I came to the club, but he's like a lot of players. He's got to do better. He's got to work harder, and he's got to really put himself about in the right way on the pitch if he wants to be effective and if he wants to play regularly in the team. And he made a good contribution on Saturday, and everybody's pleased, because the one thing I will say, he's a good lad, and I don't have any problems with him, but I want more from him. And in the second half of the season, he's got to get fitter, and like I say, he's got to cover more ground on the pitch, and if he does that, then with the extra work and covering the ground, he'll get more chances in front of goal.